You're being destroyed right now, and you're smiling about it because the person doing it just texted you good morning. They remembered your birthday. They showed up when you cried. They said all the right things at all the right times. And that is exactly why you never suspected them. See, we spend so much time protecting ourselves from enemies that we leave the front door wide open for the ones who come as friends. And right now, today, there are 4 types of people who have walked through that door. They're not strangers. They're in your phone, at your dinner table, maybe sleeping in the same house as you, and every single day you spend with them, you lose a little more of yourself, your fire, your confidence, your belief that something great is still possible for you. Gone, not taken violently, not stolen loudly, just all quietly borrowed, day by day, conversation by conversation, hug by hug, until one morning you wake up and look in the mirror, and the person looking back at you is a dimmer, smaller, more afraid version of who you used to be, and you won't even know why. That is the most dangerous kind of harm that exists. Not the kind that leaves bruises, the kind that leaves you empty and smiling while it happens. So, if you have ever felt stuck and didn't know why, felt drained but couldn't explain it, felt like you were slowly disappearing from your own life, stay right here because in the next few minutes, everything is going to make sense. The first one, the person who needs you to need them. Think about the most caring person in your life, the one who is always there, always available, always ready to listen, always saying exactly what you need to hear. Now, ask yourself something uncomfortable. Have they ever pushed you? Have they ever looked you in the eye and said, "You are capable of more than this"? Have they ever let you sit in discomfort long enough to actually grow from it? Or do they rush to rescue you every single time? Because here is the truth about certain caring people that nobody talks about. Some people need you to be broken, not because they're evil, because a healed version of you, a strong version of you, a version of you that doesn't need saving anymore, leaves them with nothing. Their whole identity is built around being your rescuer. So every time life hands you pain that could push you forward, they take it away. Every time discomfort tries to teach you something, they soothe it. And you stay exactly where you are, grateful, comfortable, and stuck. While your real life waits for you on the other side of a hardship they will never let you face. The second one, the person who claps for everything. At first, this sounds like a blessing, someone who believes in you completely, someone who thinks everything you do is gold. But I want you to imagine something. Imagine you're training to be a fighter, and your coach, after every single session, no matter what you did, looks you in the eye and says, "Perfect, you're ready, you're already the best." What happens to you? You stop training hard, you stop fixing your weaknesses, you stop growing, and then you step into a real fight. And you get destroyed, not because you weren't talented, because someone who was supposed to tell you the truth and chose to protect your feelings instead. That is what this person is doing to you. Every time they tell you something mediocre is magnificent, they are stealing a chance for you to become something real. And the worst part, you feel good around them. You feel seen, celebrated, loved, while quietly, without a single warning, you are falling behind the person you were actually born to be. The third one, the person who gives you everything, for a price. You don't know there's a price. That's the whole point. This person shows up for you, helps you, gives you their time, their energy, their presence, and it all looks like pure generosity. But somewhere underneath all of it, there is a ledger, invisible, silent, extremely precise. They remember every favor, every sacrifice, every moment they showed up when others didn't, and you forgot. All because you thought it was love, because real love doesn't keep score, but they're not keeping score to be mean. They're keeping score because deep down, they don't believe they're worthy of being loved for free. So, they manufacture a debt. And the moment you disappoint them, the moment you miss something, the moment you aren't there the way they think you should be, that ledger opens. And suddenly you're drowning in guilt for things you didn't even know were on the table. That's not friendship. That's a system. And you are not a person in their life. You are a position, the fourth one. And this is the one that will stay with you, the person who shrinks you without touching you, never raised their voice at you, never said anything cruel, never gave you a single moment you could point to and say, that's when they hurt me. But you know what you have noticed? You've stopped talking about your dreams around them. You've stopped sharing your wins. You've stopped walking into a room and owning it the way you used to. You've gotten careful, measured, small, and you don't even know when it started. Here's when it started. It started the first time you shared something exciting and they found a way to make it feel ordinary. It started the first time you said, "I want to do something big," and they smiled that soft little smile and said, "Oh, that's nice." But did you think about it started the first time their reaction to your joy was just quiet enough to make you question if your joy was even worth showing. They never crushed you loudly. They crushed you softly, over and over and over, until you started doing it to yourself. Until you became the one talking yourself out of things before anyone else even got the chance. That is not an accident. That is the most sophisticated kind of destruction a human being can do to another. And the most heartbreaking part, they might genuinely believe they are helping you. They might genuinely believe they love you. But love that consistently makes you smaller is not love, it is fear, wearing love's clothes. So here's what you do. You get quiet. And you think about the people who are closest to you, not who should be close to you, not who has been around the longest, the ones who are actually in your life right now. And you ask yourself one question. Who do I feel most like myself around? Not most comfortable. Comfortable can be a trap. Most like yourself, most alive, most honest, most ambitious, most free. That person belongs in your life. Now ask the opposite. Who do I consistently feel smaller around? Who do I edit myself for? Who do I dim my light around without even thinking? That answer is your most important information because you do not have unlimited time. You do not have unlimited energy. Every single day you spend shrinking for someone who cannot handle your full size is a day stolen from the life you are actually supposed to be living, and you will never get those days back. You were not built to be small. You were not built to be managed, soothed, kept, collected. You were built to be unleashed, and somewhere deep inside you, you already know that. That's why you're here. That's why something made you stop and watch this, because you felt it. The weight of the wrong people, the quiet cost of staying somewhere you've already outgrown. Now you see it, and once you see it, you can never go back to pretending you don't. If this video opened your eyes, do one thing for me right now. Hit that like button, not for me. For the version of you that needed to hear this today, drop a comment below and tell me, which one of these 4 people do you have in your life right now? Because I read every single one, and share this with someone who needs to see it, someone who has been shrinking, someone who has been stuck, someone who deserves to know the truth. They might not find this on their own, but you can make sure they do. And if you are not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button right now. Because every single week, we come back here and we talk about the things nobody else will say to your face, the real stuff, the deep stuff, the stuff that actually changes you, and you do not want to miss what's coming next. Thank you for watching. Now, go protect your peace,